Welcome back to the Washed Athlete Podcast. This is episode 8. Everybody's had a pretty good weekend. And let's just jump right into it. So, boys, how are we doing?
We got a big match tomorrow. That's what's happening. We can't be thinking about other things. We can't be thinking about the podcast. We got to be thinking about catching a dub tomorrow.
It is a big game. Have we talked about the?
I was just about to get into that.
Okay,
so for any listeners, everybody in the Washed Athlete Podcast and a bunch of our other friends at school are in an intramural soccer league. And so far, we are 1-1. That one victory coming off of a complete forfeit because the other team didn't show up our very first game. So we just had a scrimmage ourselves.
Team Justin still caught the dub. Team Justin still caught the dub,
but Jacob did catch the L because he got a ball directly to the ball. And then our second game, we were getting absolutely shelled by a bunch of players that clearly played soccer in high school. The one dude I think might have played club soccer because his quads were like the size of my chest. But, you know, we take what we can get.
It was like a hybrid of AJ Dillon and Saquon Barkley.
Except he was like 5'8", like max.
Yeah.
He might have been like 5'4", like he was tiny.
No, he was a short king.
I mean, no, yeah, that dude was nasty. Because the crazy thing is that for that game, the team we were supposed to play was supposed to be 3 guys, 3 girls, and apparently they just went and recruited 10 guys, and we're expected to see 6 people, and then we just see like 13 people or whatever, like on the other side of the field. We're like, oh snap! And then they all are just like passing the ball in the air, like they're showing some skill, and we're like, oh well, let's see what we can do.
There was still nothing funnier. So for context, I'm the goalie, so I was getting absolutely shelled, but that's besides the point. Watching Justin just be so unimpressed with the dude like dribbling in front of him and doing something, like he was like actually like trying to like juggle the soccer ball, and then Justin just like tapping the ball out of bounds right in front of him was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life, because it was the most Justin thing like ever. It was just like so unimpressed with like the BS that he was trying to pull, and he's just like, just get out of here, man. Like, you're not good. It was perfect.
I didn't even hit the ball hard. Like, he was just doing all this like fancy stuff, and like I'm a big believer in contained defense. Like, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, so I don't make like a lot of like tackles, and I don't like to get burned. It's a little bit harder when you play intramural because like the field size, like you can get off a lot more shots, but also the net is really small, so like they can fire shots from far away. They're not going to go in. So this guy's just dribbling, doing all this like crazy stuff, dribbling for no reason. Like, he wasn't going to get by. I wasn't stabbing, so I just stood there. Like, I wasn't even in good defending position. I was just like standing there letting him do it, and then he like messed it up, and then I just like poked the ball with the top of my foot, and it like slowly rolled out of bounds. And it was just like it was just like the way I was standing was just very like,
you might as well have had your hands on your hips. Like, you were so impressed.
Yeah. No, I mean, we all played well.
Yeah, no, we played well. I mean, we moved the ball well. The problem is when you have people who play soccer, and they were also doing hockey substitutions. Like, they would put in 4 people at a time, just like
it'd be a whole team for a whole team.
Yeah, a whole team would come in. Meanwhile, you got Andres, me, and one of our friends just like out there the whole entire game, just like grinding away because we had some people not be able to show. So like
bench mop.
Yeah, Rob's just riding the bench.
Yeah, that on top of just like them being good. I mean, the one kid who was clearly like a club soccer player was way better than advertised. He just sat in the back because he was way too good to play up front. Like, there's no reason in having, because he clearly could have just like owned our entire team, except he just like hung in the back and like did nothing all game, because until like at the end when I tried to go up and like score because we were already down like 6-0 and like the game was ending, and then he just decided to run 5-0, and then he ran up the entire field and just like scored a goal super easily because like I gave up the defending position.
Yeah, I was one-on-one with him. I was like, I'm not standing in front of this. Like, I'm not eating a shot that's going like 70 miles an hour. I have better things to do.
It was. I mean, they were good. I just don't.
Good. It was fun.
I don't get. And it's hard because I don't really know the alternative, but like, they're too good to be playing intramural, but they can't play club together because club is gendered. So I don't really know where they would play if they wanted to play competitively, but also I don't really feel like that encapsulates like what intramural should be, because we have people on our team who have played soccer, but also I haven't played
Not all of
soccer in
them.
2 years. I'm a track athlete now, even though I have skills to play soccer. Andres, you play soccer, but like not like competitively.
On a pickup
Yeah,
level. Like I
on
also
a
ran in
pickup
high
team.
school, and then I just played for
And then our
fun.
one friend played in high school but hasn't really played since. And then we just have a bunch of other people who don't play soccer. So like even though our good players are just not like, we just don't play that much soccer. We don't train for soccer. Like I don't go home and like practice my touches or anything.
Yeah.
I go home and try to recover for the track workout the next day.
Yeah. No. As the team coach slash captain slash scout, I have a few words about our team's performance and chemistry. I would say that we did well compared to just what we were up against. We held them to a very close game, 2-0 at half, up until half. Yeah, but we were moving the ball well. We were defending well. Our keeper Peter definitely could use some more help back there. He was getting peltered with shots.
I
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
just need gloves. I just need gloves. That's all I need. Like desperately. It was so hard to try and catch that ball. It is so slick. I was not expecting that.
You should show up to tomorrow's game and like the Daredevil like rope hand, like when he puts the rope on his hands in
Yes.
season 3,
God.
and like just put him like that, and then you can like just like hit him out of the air with your fists to protect them.
Dude, should I just wrap? Oh my god, I have kickboxing wrap at my house. No, I literally have that. I literally have wrap that I could
Just
use.
stop by the gym and get some liquid chalk. Call it a
Oh
day.
my god. Yeah, I'll just get there. I'll go there with like a little Tupperware and just like keep going back at the machine. I just coat my hands with the liquid chalk.
You could get like stuffed animals and like pillows and just like hold them on your hands and be like,
oh yeah. Yeah, just punch it away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's way funnier if you can see our video, because we're doing like stupid stuff with our hands that none of you guys can see.
Yeah. I'll figure that out.
Our team staff will take note of our glove shortage, so I will make sure to let them know, and we'll arrange something. But yeah, no, we played well.
We'll seek funding from IM League.
Yes, exactly. No, but we also found out during our game against them that there is in fact no offside, so they were cherry picking right by Peter the entire game, sending long balls and then just tapping it right in, and we were trying to play out the back, like pretty simple tiki-taka, just short passes. But now we know that there's no offside, so we can play a long ball to someone up top and see what we can do from there, because that is a game changer. So
Mickey
now we know
Mouse
that.
win.
Yeah,
So
but
Mickey
no.
Mouse.
And we were, as the game went on, we started playing better.
It definitely wasn't Mickey Mouse, but
no, we like they obviously deserved the win. They were good. They were good. They were better than us, no question, easily. But we have potential. Our team, we have good chemistry. I like the vibes surrounding the team, and I think we can push for playoffs. I have a lot of faith in this team.
How many teams are in the league?
Well, I don't know about the entire league, but I do know that in our division, I want to say there's 6 teams, and the way playoffs works, at least in my men's league, it's that the teams, like a certain amount of teams in the entire league with the best record will make playoffs. And then, because the playoffs are people from different divisions, like kind of combined into one. So we just gotta have a good record. And right now, I believe we are 4th out of 6, but tied for 3rd. So we're tied. We have the same record as 3rd, but we're in 4th because of goal difference.
Oh.
But no, we can definitely. There's definitely a lot we can do, because the team at the bottom right now has like -12 goal difference. They lost one game like 9-1 or something like that. So we got to
If we play them, we have.
Oh yeah, we do. We play every team.
We can't not run up the score.
No, yeah, we play every team at least once, and then the first 2 teams, I believe, we play twice, if not just the first. So we got to go on a revenge tour against the team we just played, and then we got to do well, because the team we play tomorrow, they are undefeated right now. So we got to hope to break that.
Yeah, but 3-0 is like 2 3-0s is very like sus. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think 1 is definitely a forfeit because it was the team that we were supposed to play week 1, and it's a 3-0 win against them. So that's what makes
Oh,
me
it's
think.
definitely a forfeit then.
Yeah, so I think that one's a forfeit. So that we'll
mean-
see what happens there.
I don't think intramural is run that well. I think like the offsides rule doesn't make sense at all. It's like, and it's not even like a way you would play the game. Like instead of doing throw-ins, we'll kick the ball in, but that's like a common like pickup rule of soccer just because like throw-ins on a shorter field are like not really it, and it keeps the ball on the ground, which is just better overall, like less head injuries and stuff. But offsides makes like that's a rule of soccer. And I'm not even saying like you have to call it tightly, but like I mean, like it forces the entire like it forced me the entire game to not move up and like try to get opportunities on the goal. And
Yeah.
also 6v6 is way too small of
See,
like player. There
yeah.
should be at least 7 on that field.
No, yeah, like, yeah. I think like it sucks that we didn't know about offsides like not being enforced, but I guess it makes sense. It's a small sided field. Like there's not like a huge advantage. Like I understand it. Like I don't know. It sucks we didn't know about it, but now we just know to capitalize on that.
I feel like that should be the difference between like intramural and pickup though. Because like intramural, I feel like it's like you're playing soccer. Like that's like why you're there. It's like, yeah, we want to play, we want to actually play against other teams.
That's
Versus
true.
like in pickup, like I can see where it's like, yeah, you know, you kind of just go there, you're not really calling any penalties, you're just kicking the ball around, like trying to shoot, like whatever. Like that's I feel like where you would be not calling offsides, not really calling anything. And the only difference would be like Justin was saying is like no throw-ins just because like the field is tiny.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would be the difference between pickup and intramural. But like in intramural, it's like you're still playing the sport. Like
I
it's
think
still just like with other students though.
I think it's just the fact that it's a smaller field.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why. Jacob, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was wondering. So you are the head coach. So will Raj and I still be on the bench this upcoming game?
Hey, I'm fine with being on the bench, honestly.
Bench mob is kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie. So like,
Laundry
You
time.
guys almost what do you mean? You guys almost got killed like 4 times last game.
it
Yeah.
adds to the excitement of it. You know, we have to stay on our toes. We have to stay engaged with the game. You know.
Dude, they were ripping shots and they were going nowhere near the net.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely still as the coach. I make my decisions based on our opponent, so we're gonna see what happens off that. I'm not gonna tell you whether you're starting or not yet, but we'll see tomorrow on who our opponent is
Okay.
and who shows up for our team. Because
That's
the
true.
team you will definitely see play time because the team we're playing tomorrow runs deep. They have like 20 on their roster for 6v6s, so we're definitely gonna have to be rotating to keep the guys that are. That have gotten a breath of fresh air, put them in and out, just keep moving people around so people don't get tired because it's going to be an interesting game.
Jeez.
Intramural also tests that like level. It's the same thing like if you're playing in like even like gym or like kind of pick up with friends. It's like at what point do you keep your best players in all games so you can catch a win, or is it because like intramural's not that competitive? Like really, like I could care less if we win like 2 games versus 10 games. Like as long as like we're having fun playing soccer, vibes are good, it's all chill. But like at what point do you keep your good players in to win a game, or you rotate just to have everyone get involved in for fun? Because like I'm a super competitive person, so me being like I could care less if we get 10 wins or 2 wins, like is true for like intramural, but I'm normally not like that. But also like in the heat of the game, it's like shit, you're not subbing me out. Like I'm gonna like I gotta kick their ass.
Yeah,
I was just about to say, like you on the field is a very different person than you right now.
yeah.
No,
Just
like,
in game. Justin's a different demon.
He's a different
no,
breed.
because it's like it's my toxic trait is like my competitiveness. It's because it just like comes out of nowhere. Like I was I had 2 track meets after these intramural soccer games like a couple days later, and I was like hurting from soccer from both of them. 'Cause my body is not used to like whaling a soccer ball off of my legs and like run like just doing short sprints. Like it's not what I do. So like I was very sore going into them, and I was like I am not going hard on these games. And then these people were just being like jerks and just pissing me off. So like I slid to like block a ball, and like I like ran across the entire field to track them down and stuff. And like my legs still have like all like my open scabs from like last game and whatnot, but I can't help myself.
I think part
Oh
of
my
the
God.
competitive aspect is what makes it really fun. Like,
Oh yeah,
if you're playing competitively, like it's just going to be more fun. And when you're winning,
Yeah,
it's more fun.
that's my
obviously.
mindset. But the other people, like I cannot understand how people who are not competitive, like how their brain like works and like when they play against other people because like I'm like why wouldn't I want to win? Like that's so much more fun than not winning.
Justin,
guess-
that's the trick. They don't play. They just don't play sports.
No, I
That's what
mean,
they
No,
do.
but
They
there
don't
are
care.
my brother, he is competitive about like certain like small things, but like in terms of like he'd play soccer games and walk off the field and be like whatever. And I was like, especially when I was young, I didn't have any control over my emotions. I'd be kicking and screaming, like blaming my teammates and stuff. My dad would have to like pull me off the field, like get me out of my teammates because I'd like call them trash
Oh
and
my
stuff. Like my brother and my brother was just like, yeah, whatever, we lost.
Wow.
So
Okay,
just
okay. That's very different because my train of thought was like, oh well, they probably just don't play sports because like that competitive
yeah.
aspect just like isn't part of it. That's very different. Of just being able to literally walk onto a field and just vibe, just come off,
Nah.
not caring what the outcome is.
Yeah,
Like, there's
It's
yeah.
no
different.
way.
I know
You
there's
shouldn't be
three of
playing a
you.
sport if you feel like that, though. I feel
Well,
like you,
well, you guys are a
like I
little
feel,
biased because there's three of you guys who play football. Now, you're not stepping on any football field with no care in the world because you're going to take the punishment. But even
Exactly.
for something small like my sport of track, and Andres, you probably get this a little bit with cross country, there'd be people who lined up who would like just go for a hobby jog and
Oh, yeah.
like eat a pretzel right before. Like, I don't understand. Even if you're not good, I don't understand how you could not like toe the line and at least like give it your all and like give your best effort. So like, no, that's just some people are different. I just race with track people who are just like I don't care if like I get last place. Like I don't even care if I run well. Like I'm just here to stay in shape. And I'm like, no, like even if I say that, even if I tell you in my face I do not care if we win or lose, I do care in the moment because I'm gonna go hard like in that split second. Like I was trash talk. I was like talking to the other team, like
Yeah, you
and like
were.
before I could care less like right now, like how the game goes tomorrow. But like I'll get onto the field and one thing will like tick me off and I'll be like, all right, we're going
Yep.
hard.
Yeah.
Justin,
Yeah.
I want you to call your shot right now. Like, what's going to happen in this game?
Well, I play defense, so I don't get to like be as wild as I don't get to be as wild as I can because like if you play offense, you can like sprint around the field and just challenge everyone. And then when
Yeah.
you get the ball, you can just like be really super aggressive and like take shots and like kind of put intimidation. It's not really intimidating to play defense because like your job is to like slow the other team down. But if they start kicking the ball into the corners, I'm gonna go out there the field.
No, also on defense, I will say, like, you can always just like try to get in their head and just start like making noise and just bark at them or something like that. Cause like I was playing like and one of my men's team for intramural, like there's a guy defending me and he just like went like he was like trying to get in my head and then I did it back to him when I had the ball and it was funny. So but no, because it gets in their head in somehow and you just got to do it back. But you could there's definitely ways you can intimidate people on defense for sure. And I think I
I like
would
to stop my feet. If I
there you
get
go
like
yeah
if someone's like chasing a through ball down to like the corner or something and I come over from my middle position to take the outside, I'll like as they start slowing up as they get to the ball and they don't see me or like they don't know exactly where I am, I just start like stomping my feet really loud. I just like slam them onto the turf. And it's like I don't know if it does anything, but it just like
That's
it makes me feel it makes
oh
me
yeah
my presence is felt.
Well, that's
no
that's the
yes
same thing in
exactly
football. Like where you have like a receiver where like they can like drop a pass when they hear footsteps. Like that when the
Mhm.
DB is like coming up right behind them, and it's like when they start slamming their feet, it's like, oh my god, I'm about to get hit. Like
Yeah.
that's that mindset. I love that, Justin.
exactly yeah no I want to see that for sure and I think our game plan tomorrow let's try out that long ball tactic see how it works.
Also, I'm slide tackling the hell out of anybody that's coming near the net at this point. There
Dude,
was the one
don't
girl. It was the first goal. Like the girl came right at me. She was clearly offsides by like a mile, and
Yeah.
I was like kind of going for it, like whatever. And then like she was able to score. And then like after that, I was like, you know what? I don't like this.
I
I'm
thought you were
slide
gonna
tackling
level
her.
her. Like I was waiting
I
for you
thought about
to
it,
do
but I
it.
was like, but dude, she was like 5'6", like maybe 100 pounds.
Okay.
Like I'm 6'2", 190. Like I would have put her in a coffin.
Okay.
You gotta have
She was not leaving that field in a stretcher. She's leaving it in a body bag.
We all signed a waiver to play this. Any
Gotta
interest
set the
Bro,
tone.
is
she was
Set
running
the tone.
full speed. If I put my shoulder down, it would go directly into her chest. She is dead. Like
Okay.
that is a car crash.
Yikes.
That is like.
And
But that's the thing. I thought about it.
Those rec people have ice, but they do not have a stretcher.
Exactly. I know damn well all of them. They just have the first aid kit, and that's all they have. They do not have an actual go bag. So I thought about it. I didn't do it the first time. If that happens again, I will be doing it. Okay.
Good.
So I let them get
Good.
one.
We're getting a win tomorrow. Let's do it. We gotta get a win. We got this.
Another great defensive tactic is like if like you need to clear a ball, like you try to make a stand, you kick the ball out, especially in an indoor field, as hard as possible into the curtain, and then just
so loud.
just wail the ball into the curtain, and people know you're not playing around. Like they're just like, oh man, like he just booted the ball out. He's like that serious. I got a yellow card once because like they called me offsides. And I was not offsides, by the way. And then but they called me offsides, and then I was pissed at the ref for calling me offsides, so I kicked the ball as far as I could. Like afterwards, I got a yellow card for it because I like delayed the game by like kicking the ball all the way out into the other side of the field. But then I got pulled for the rest of the game because we were losing, and like I was mad, so I kicked the ball, but I really like costed the team like valuable time. So I got pulled the rest of the game, but then the game went into overtime and I got back in. Shout out Coach Ken, but
Put your point across. That's all that matters.
That's
Yeah,
your point.
exactly.
You're a
I wasn't-
certified tone setter.
bro, I wasn't offsides. To this day,
I mean-
it's not offsides.
I used to be a player like you with like I would argue with refs and whatnot like that. Like when I was mad, like I would make a scene. But like when I transitioned to high school, I turned to be a player where like I still had the competitive mindset because I would still get pissed if I played bad or if we were losing, and I'd still be happy if we were winning. But like I was the type of player where I would just be like silent the whole time. I'd be pretty quiet, but I would still get my fair share of yellow cards because I was a big tactical fouler kind of guy. I would always drop in tactical fouls.
I mean,
Trip.
I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to rec sports, when I played rec basketball, so it was just like,
Hey, wait, stop. You played basketball?
yeah.
actually.
How did I not know this?
Clearly,
yeah.
he's not good at it.
The league.
Oh,
Wow.
Alright,
My 17 says otherwise, but okay.
the league he played in is it's
It's-
just
it's
the
so-
definition of bad basketball.
It's so funny.
It is
Oh,
bad
God.
basketball.
It's like no one who plays in that league is really a basketball player. We're just all there just as like casuals.
Oh, okay.
But like the one thing I would do is
Clearly.
I was known for getting a lot of texts
How do you get teed up in a rec league?
by putting your shoulder into a kid on a fast break.
Oh my god.
Bro, that's
So
a
I
clear
thi-
path foul.
Clear path foul.
See, when
Yeah,
I
but-
played sports, I wasn't good enough to be able to get away with getting any penalties. So like when I played football, I made sure to not do anything stupid, like not antagonize the ref, not push after the play or anything like that, because I knew I'd get pulled from the game and there would be nothing there wouldn't be a second thought about it.
Well, see, I didn't do that during my high school sports. I did that during recreation basketball, where they have to play us 2 quarters no matter what because it's the rules. So no matter what I did, the only way I could get kicked is if I got ejected, which I did. I fouled out twice. One of the times it was on. I fouled out on purpose one time because my coach put me in and said, "Go foul out." I'm like, okay.
No, that works.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were up by 20, but oh well.
That's fine.
I was a bit different. Like if I would do something stupid if I had to. Like if I got burnt by someone, I would yank on the shirt and take the yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I was weird with sports. Like I was very similar to Andres, where like I was a very quiet person, like on the field. Like I didn't really talk too much. But whenever people like, there's only one time really that I can really say that I almost there's actually been a couple now that I think about it, and because I played club lacrosse for a while. And that was like really where a lot of that happened because like when you're at like tournaments and stuff, it's like you're seeing people from all over, from like Maryland, from like New York State, Colorado, like the people coming out from Denver playing on the East Coast. And it's like it's very competitive. And I do vividly remember the one time because, like, again, I'm a very quiet person. I really don't like. I try and actively be like a good sport. Like, I help pick like the other players, the other team up, like whatever, like tell them a good game and everything. But there was this one time where like we were going for a
Right.
ground, but that was like the only time I've ever really like gotten close to playing dirty because like I've had plenty of people trash talk me during football and lacrosse, but usually it's either scoreboard or I just flatten your ass, so walk away. So it's usually one of the two.
Oh yeah, just like that. If it's warranted, I'm firing back for sure.
Yeah.
Here's the problem though. I'm very non-confrontational and I'm soft. So like the problem is like I can't talk trash or I don't really talk to the refs because like I'm not confrontational. And so like I end up like talking a lot of crap like off to the side like where they can probably hear me because I want them to hear me, but I'm not going to like direct it towards them because that's like way too much confrontation. So I kind of just end up like talking to like another like one of my teammates about them and hoping they overhear it and get mad, and then I'll be like, I didn't say anything, like I don't know what you're all mad about, and then they start pointing to the ref and they're like, yo, he's saying this, and I said I didn't say anything, like or and then also like I'll trip people, like especially like back in my other like olden days of soccer, like I would trip people like very evidently because I'd be mad, but
Okay,
like
Grayson Allen.
I was just about to
yeah.
say, Allen, bro.
Except Grayson Allen's dirty. I just like the ball would be there. I just got too much of their ankle by accident. But
Okay. Okay.
but
Like,
um
and
but
I
no, so
didn't
I'd
mean
like
to trip him. I
yeah, I
just
didn't
stuck my foot out there and he ran
no,
over it.
that's what I do because like then like it'll look like a bang bang play where like I'm not intentionally doing it and the ref like whatever he'll call the foul or whatever. And then like I'll just be like I didn't trip him because like who like of course I'm gonna say that. So like it's my way of like not being confrontational but like fouling people. But yeah, I my youth and days were really bad at being competitive. I'm still not great at it. I'll do any like Monopoly, yeah, like I'll be competitive.
So is Grayson Allen coming back for the next intramural game?
Oh my god.
Dude, Grayson Allen's nice with it. Like I would like okay, but he's like, a dirty player. Like I could be considered time to time a little bit of a dirty player, but Grayson Allen is like he just takes dudes out of the sky. They're going for a dunk and he like knocks out their lower legs and like is
They
tripping
land on their
people mid
head.
court.
Like,
It's like disgusting.
how's he still playing basketball?
He's
He's
pretty
not like
good. Like he's a solid NBA player.
Justin. We got to play that Monopoly game that you have, though. We got to run that back one time.
I didn't
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
so fun.
I didn't bring it with me, but I did play it in the summer with my family, and I was telling them about how you like cheated and
That was not.
like didn't do the rules correctly, and
That was
they all agreed that that's not how you play the game.
that was well within the rules, though.
No, it wasn't.
Uh-oh.
It was.
Here we go.
It was a loophole. I'll give you that because there's no concrete written out rule for that, but it was just scummy, man.
You can just mortgage your properties, that you can't take them. That's
It's
just how
it's just scummy.
it might be. It might come across as scummy, but at the same time,
No, it is scummy. But
Would
it
you
is technically legal. It's just scummy.
totally
why
legal.
would you
People say
mortgage your why would you so it's like saying if
it's
you
a
have
not,
your house it's like saying if in real life if you have your house paid off in full, you go to the bank and request your house to be mortgaged. Like why would you do that?
it's not logical in real life, but for the game, for the purpose of getting your properties, it made total sense.
Oh my gosh.
For
Also,
reference, the game of Monopoly we were playing is like you can steal other people's properties, but you can't steal them if they're mortgaged. So Jacob would just mortgage his properties so he couldn't steal them. But if you have the money, you don't mortgage your properties. That's like the whole thing. It's like you don't mortgage properties if you have the
That's-
money.
But
You
that's
are
not.
an absolute rat.
Oh, that I read the rules because I saw my properties get taken. I was like, hold up, let me go read the rules. I'm pretty sure Justin might have handed me the like the rule sheet. So I was going through it and I saw that okay, if you have your properties mortgaged, they can't take your properties. So I
Then
was
you
like,
don't make money off it, right?
no, if they land on the property, I don't make money off of it, but they can't take the properties.
So you're literally just holding them.
that's all
Yeah.
it is.
Eventually, I'll pay them
Basically.
off eventually I'll have the I'll have the properties. Like I'll have the ability to, like, if I had been able to do my strategy throughout the entire game, it totally would have worked.
Wait, hang on. Isn't there a whole thing with like when you mortgage it, like you don't own it technically, right? Doesn't the bank own it?
Yes, that's why doesn't
Oh,
make
wait a
sense.
second.
Why would you?
Wait, no. I'm looking this up right now. No. That because you can't just do that.
You can totally do that. It was within the rules. It was totally
I
within
don't know. I don't know.
It was totally within the rules. You can't say a single rule that was like, okay, you cannot do this like exact thing. You just mortgage your properties. There's no rule saying, okay, you have to be bankrupt.
Were you playing the original Monopoly or a different version?
No, it's a different version.
It's called Monopoly, the longest game ever.
Oh, well, then it's probably different.
Yeah, this one was wild.
So, yeah,
But
for a specific game, that would be a smart strategy to hold on to your property. So
The 1 year anniversary of it is today.
no way.
Fe-
is it
February-
today? Is it today?
February, I have a picture of us playing the game from February 23rd, 2021 at 10:57 p.m.
You have to send that in the chat right now.
That's hilarious.
Meanwhile,
Oh yeah, all I'm saying.
I
all I'm
can't see
saying
what that is, Raj. Your
is
screen is way too bright.
Park
Oh.
Place this,
Oh.
Broadway that. It's all about Baltic Avenue. Baltic Avenue to the moon.
Dude,
Yeah, I remember you got kept around specifically for the content.
Baltic Avenue is just where it's at. Like you gotta respect Baltic Avenue.
Jacob, the amount of tension you caused that night within my dorm room was unreal.
Well, that's just because you guys were mad that my strategy might have been cheap, but was within the rules and worked. Eventually,
It did not work. You didn't make any money. The game just kept going on.
Jacob, you look so broke in this picture. You have maybe like 6 bills and like 3 cards.
It's because he was.
No, what? Wait, I didn't hear what you said.
You look like you're broke and have no cards in this picture Justin sent.
Well,
Meanwhile,
probably I had to stop. I stopped using the strategy. I eventually stopped using the strategy because it was causing too much tension. But if you think about if you read the instructions, you were playing the game. If you had employed the strategy I figured out, you totally would have been able to win. It's the longest game ever, so you would just make it an even longer game. It would have worked.
In the picture, you can see Jacob's hand like coming out like this, and it's because he's actively like arguing why his rule should be allowed to continue.
It was within the rules. It was totally within the rules. You can't find a single thing.
Well, we can.
I bet you would raise rent in an apartment in like low income housing. You're like that kind of guy.
Wow.
Like just to win the game. I bet you would do that.
Oh man,
You rat.
Jacob. All I'm saying is we're gonna make an amendment, no matter when we play, to outlaw that.
Okay, you can outlaw that, but when we were playing that, it was within the rules. Monopoly had not come out with anything saying,
Well, now it's outlawed.
contact Monopoly and tell them what I did.
Contact
Dude,
Mr. Monopoly himself.
Should I tweet? Should I tweet at Monopoly and see what happens?
Yes, do it.
Low key, yes, we need a sponsorship. We can make a
Bro.
washed athlete version of
It's
the
sponsored by Monopoly.
yeah, and we could get our like quotes on the board. So like the more popular quotes are put over by like
Oh my god.
Boardwalk and Park Place, and then like our
Jacob's
least
character is
popular-
literally just Kingpin.
No, it would be Vision.
It totally worked. I mean, it was a smart strategy, but I mean, eventually I quit using the strategy, and then Justin, you wound up winning.
I'm like that.
wait, you guys finished the longest game ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you had to like take in it, like you had to pay attention to where your houses were and stuff. And eventually, if you just like screwed up one turn, you like would lose your houses. I don't know. It was just like required a lot of paying attention, and it got to the point where Justin was just paying attention more than we were. Like he was just, I mean, that's just like what happened, and then you
Well,
won.
the problem is, and we talked about this like 5 minutes ago, is when someone ticks me off, I'm gonna make sure I win. So like you were being such about the rules that I had to like go out and win. So I had to make sure I went and won. But I do not have the longest game ever with me, but I do have Marvel Monopoly here with me.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Well, Just gonna have
Points
to
are there.
read the rules, see what's you can do, see what you can't do, and then play the game.
Marvel
It was an
Monopoly.
option. You would
is
like
the exact
raise
same.
the prices on like funerals. I bet you
Really?
would do that. You would if that was an option to like make more money, you would like buy all the funeral homes and just raise all the money on it, and just be like, yeah, this is what you have to pay.
Okay.
I bet you would do that.
Technically,
Because
there technically there isn't a grandfather system with this graveyard, so you're just gonna have to play the increased prices and all
Yeah,
the
sorry.
prices for the last like 100 years too. So like,
rent a coffin.
it's a clever. Like you guys have to admit though, it was clever.
speaking of
It's
graveyards, though,
evil.
It was clever.
Sorry.
and speaking of graveyards, though, I was running yesterday, right? And I was running through this graveyard, or I guess a
Why?
cemetery, not really graveyard. Graveyard seems like a little. I was running through a cemetery because
Grave.
the cemetery is a nice area. It's a nice area to run through. It has like nice like roads and.
I guess that's fair.
Anyway, I saw this gravestone from 1861, which is like super wild to think about. That like, that like, there's someone
Pre-Civil
like
War?
buried. Yeah,
That's like during. Oh no, that's like
No, it's pre-Civil War. I think.
recently. Yeah,
yeah.
slave.
Civil War is 1865.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, slave.
Or American six.
Hmm?
Yeah, depends on when
should be-
they
It
died.
should be 61 to 65, right? Civil
Yeah,
War.
it's 61
Yes.
to 65. So depending on when they died, they might have died before the Civil War. Yeah.
No, they were born in 61.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh.
It-
They were
yeah, they
alive
didn't die.
during
They
it.
died
But that's
61. Okay.
that's still crazy to think though. Like it's
They were
not
alive.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they were alive. Civil War, like the war that we fought over slavery, like what, like that
It
fact
seems
that that's
so,
like,
like the disconnect is. Yeah.
but it's not even that far. It's like 2 generations of people. It's like wild to think about. Like this country, not this country, this world has been around for billions of years, and like our recent history, like after death, is like 2,000 of those years, which is like I don't know, like 10 generations, 20 generations, like long. Like it's like the amount of time that we have lived in is like so small comparatively to like how long the world's been going on.
You can tell it's getting late because we're going into those deep talks. I see.
I love these talks.
No, but like you're so right. Like basically, if you think about it, like what this country was founded 1776. That's roughly 300 something years, like around there.
No, less than
No,
right?
less than that. Less
Yeah,
than
'cause
300. Yeah,
it would be like
What?
250 issues.
almost 250. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 250-ish years. Like
Mhm.
that's 3-4 generations probably, but maybe 5.
246 years.
246 years. Hey, yeah, 4 years is gonna be.
And if you go on like the
birthday.
average age of like 70, so if I divide that by 70, that would be 3.5.
Which for like those earlier generations would probably be lower, but like but like average, yeah, it's gonna be like
But
3 to 4 generations.
they also overlap a little bit because like
Yeah,
you don't have kids
Yeah.
at 70, but yeah.
exactly. But like, yeah, it's like 3 to 4 solid generations of people. It's like your great grandparents theoretically could have been around for the American Revolution.
Yeah, it's not even like a
That's
stretch. Like my
wild.
grandmother was like she just turned 80, so she was born like in 42.
Yeah.
Like 1942. 1942 seems so long ago, and there's someone who's like two generations away from me who was around during that. Like my dad was born in 69, like a little bit before the moon landing. Like the moon landing, like
watched
that
the moon
feels
landing.
It feels yeah. Like
Yeah.
they were around for that. Like what?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
There's other like even small thing, like not small things, but even like really recent things like 9/11. Like I was too young, I wasn't even born yet, and like some of us were like, wait, actually I don't think any of us were born yet, but
Gotta love it.
yeah, none of us were, but like that was in 2000, and I wasn't born for it.
Yeah.
I was like, that was so long ago. Like I wasn't even here
Yeah.
for that, and it was like tons of people like in society were alive for that day.
Crazy. Yeah. It's wild to think that like right now we really are living in someone's US history textbook.
Yeah.
They are going to be writing their essays on this in like what 10, 20 years. Like they got COVID that they can deal with. They have everything going on with our political system. They have Russia literally declaring war on the Ukraine like yesterday.
Yeah.
Things are about to get wild, and I cannot wait till we get to put some memes into their U.S. history textbooks.
I can't wait to be the next topic of an A push like FRQ.
That's what I was looking for. The FRQs. I forgot what they were actually called.
How does the pandemic in 2020
like reflect like they're gonna connect it to like the Spanish flu after World War One.
Yes.
That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do.
Who is this? It's like a picture of Harambe and says, "Who is this American hero?"
No,
How
it's
does
just
this? How does the
Yeah.
events at the Cincinnati Zoo compare to cause the events in the future?
It's gonna be the comparison between Harambe and Archduke Franz Ferdinand when his death caused World War One, and then Harambe's death caused like our timeline split. That's the connection. That's how
we're gonna be there. They're gonna be like first theorized by blah blah blah, but popularized by the Washed Athlete podcast.
Exactly. Exactly. First theorized by like an actual like philosopher or whoever, and then it's like, well, but then popularized by the Washed Athlete podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Yeah. So, by the way, College Board, if you take that, I trademark that, and I'm going to sue you for everything you have. If you write that question, I want you to know that right now. Sorry, continue.
History is always happening.
Yeah.
I wonder though, like, does it like when does it feel weird that people are writing about your past history, like that you lived through, or does it just never feel weird and it's just something you like accept? Because I feel like there's a lot of things I do that I'm like people are like, oh, that's crazy that you did that, and I was like, well, I kind of just did it. Like it wasn't really that big of a deal. I just like went out and did it. I don't know. Like I feel like it would be weird. Like, oh, you lived through the pandemic, and I kind of just be like, yeah, like put on a mask, went to the store, stayed isolated for like a year, like just kind of just did it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, that is the weird part. It's like when you're living in it, it doesn't really feel like it's like obviously it feels crazy, but like I guess you don't understand like the scope of everything until like you can actually take that step back.
Yeah, if you hear like war vets or like I was watching a documentary in my Cold War class today about the Vietnam War. You hear war vets and they're always kind of like, yeah, well, like we needed soldiers to go out to Vietnam, so like I got drafted or I signed up and I went out to war, and yeah. And you're kind of just like, but like this is like one of the most controversial wars in like history. Like, well, didn't it feel like it that? And then no, we just went out and did it. What I needed to do.
POV us in like 3 months when they lift the college exemption. They're like, oh, we need soldiers. Well, guess we gotta go.
That would never happen. I don't think. I don't know. That's my theory.
Well, knock on wood. But
we're gonna get called tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Joe Biden. We need you.
If I got a call from Joe, go ahead, Jacob.
I was just gonna say we were actually living through like Captain America, like the first Avenger.
No, if Joe Biden called me, I'd run through a brick wall. I'd be like, "Yes, Joe! Like, let's go." I'd be like, "I get the boys."
Joe?
I'd be like, "I get the boys. We're going."
Get
on the battle bus
and
bumping Chief Keef.
Chief Keef. Those are my favorite TikToks in the world. Oh my god, it's like it's like a Russian POV Russian soldier watches the sky turn black after he said Chief Keef ain't no hitter. It's so good, and it's just like this very faint love so sad. Just like in the background, it's so good. God, because I will say, as horrible as this war is going to be, the meme economy. Oh my God, it's going to be
booming. It's going to be booming.
It'll be terrible for the actual economy. Oh well, may or may not be terrible. The military-industrial complex will be doing very well. They'll be doing fine.
Well, terrible.
The rest of the economy might tank.
Terrible. Russia's economy.
Oh, yeah,
Russia's economy is terrible now. There's like 8 countries putting sanctions against them. Like they're screwed.
Yeah.
Joe Biden signed an executive order earlier today.
After the sanction.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Pretty wild. And also, if anybody played Battlefield 4, the campaign, China did back Russia against NATO, which is exactly the setup for Battlefield 4's campaign, where China and Russia become allies, and the United States basically backs up every single other country in NATO and other UN countries. So for anybody that played Battlefield 4, get ready, because I think that's what's about to happen.
Living through Battlefield 4.
Literally. I know. I didn't think about that.
What happened
I
at
do
the
have
end
an
of the Battlefield 4?
So I'm trying to think about. I haven't played it in actually like probably 5 years. The ending. It wasn't like a huge grand scale conflict. It was kind of like tensions were rising between like both of like the sides like on the conflict, but it hadn't actually escalated yet. And then it's like a splinter group from the like Russia China alliance like ends up like attacking the US, whatever. It's never like an actual full blown like World War III, because like there wouldn't actually be a World War III. It's just going to either be a proxy war or we're going to get nuked into oblivion. So hopefully it's just the proxy war that's going to be horrible, but so that we all don't end up in nuclear winter. But we'll see.
an
We'll see.
interesting
Battle,
an interesting
Battlefield
like
Fallout.
Gotta love it.
an interesting like philosophical and just like real life application is like so many countries, like for whatever reason, if you want to argue like NATO, UN, whatever, so many countries are against what Russia is doing, but like for some reason, Russia is still like, no, we need to do this. Like it's like you have 50 plus countries telling you we don't support you doing this. This is a bad idea. Don't do this. Like we won't appreciate that. Like there will be a retaliation. And they're just kind of like, nah, like we're gonna do this. Like, and it happens in life too. And I'd never understand it because like I like if you have a ton of people telling you not to do something, like serious, like don't go and rob that bank. I don't know why you'd be like, yeah, that's probably a good plan. I should go rob that bank.
I
It's
mean,
Do it.
the sheer will just to like make it happen.
Putin was like, "Yeah, I want Ukraine." So Russia.
Yeah,
that's
but
literally what his speech was.
yeah, but it's like, no, you can't have Ukraine. Like, there's 50 countries telling you you can't do this, but I want it. No, like we're gonna hurt you if you go and do this. Like, don't do this. It's for your own good. No, like I'm gonna go get Ukraine. It's like take a step
I
back.
guess it's like because like he's doing it. Is he? Of course, I could be mistaken. Take this with a grain of salt. Also, this is literally on the Washed Athlete podcast, so don't take this as gospel. But I think he's
It's like
doing it.
NFL memes.
What do you mean it is
Exactly. Exactly. So don't take it as gospel, but listen to every single thing that I'm saying and repeat it. So I think he's doing it because I guess the Ukraine during the Soviet Union was part of the Soviet bloc that was like a part of Russia. They obviously defected, became their own country. So I guess he's like still considers it Russia, even though it's its own sovereign nation. And Russia, I think, did recognize that, but they may have recognized like part of the Ukraine as its own nation, and then like invaded the part that they thought was still theirs, which is like the only part that they really care about because it actually has oil, I think. So it's like, oh, that's convenient. So you only declare the parts that have the actual resource that you want as part of your country. That's what you're going to invade, not the actual country. Convenient.
I think yeah, I
But
think the problem was Ukraine was gonna join the UN or NATO,
it was NATO.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and Russia was like, no, like you can be your own sovereign nation, but you cannot join NATO because they have the oil
Mhm.
and like they're part of quote unquote part of Russia. So then the NATO straw is like what broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you can't do that. So we're gonna solve this issue by pushing soldiers into it. So
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's always interesting. Even as these events unfold, like I don't really try to like look into it too much because like while it is helpful to be like kind of informed about what's going on, like hyper analyzing it and getting like upset or like being supportive of like what is going on. Like at the end of the day, you know what? President's gonna make his decision on how he's gonna handle it. Like
Congress is going to do whatever, and
yeah, other countries are gonna do what they need to do, and there's nothing I can do about it. So like, too many people spend their time like going online and being like, "Oh man, like President Biden isn't doing what he should be doing," or people are like praising what he's doing, and it's like, man, like he's got all control. Like there's nothing I can do about it. Like if I get called to be drafted, I get that. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, like a couple
Like-
tweets aren't really gonna make a difference. I hate to break it to you.
No, but here we are talking about it on a podcast that doesn't get any views.
Gotta
so-
love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love
Content.
it. Although, granted, we are comparing it to like Battlefield, so it's really not taking it too seriously.
Or some people could consider that really serious.
Oh,
Mhm.
sorry.
But I have another topic. If people don't have topics,
Yeah, I think we should get off this
Shoot.
relatively heavy topic of the
Does-
real world. Yeah.
yeah, because this is a more serious topic. We were talking about it in our group chat a little bit the other day. I don't understand why so many people complain about the weather.
Oh,
I see.
Cannot understand why. Like, it rained one day in Pittsburgh, and it's the first time that we had seen rain since it was snowing, like 2 weeks ago. And people lost their mind. People took to social media. I hate the Pittsburgh weather. People were pissed off. They were like, "Screw this place. I hate the weather." It's like it's allowed to rain, and people act like Pittsburgh weather is the worst. It's just regular weather. Like it's a little bit more unpredictable than other places, but like relatively speaking, it's not bad. You could go down to like other countries and it's like a million degrees in the summer. It's like just kind of chilling in Pittsburgh all the time. Like sometimes it rains, people will be like saying it's the worst weather in the world. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why people complain about the weather so much. The weather be what the weather be.
I mean, Jacob, go ahead.
I will. There was. I'm remembering the same like the day you were talking about. I will say I was on the left-hand side of the sidewalk. I had my jacket on, and it was raining. The wind wasn't that crazy. I go to the right side. The wind is absolutely wild. The wind. It's just like I felt like I got attacked by the wind. Like it was kind of just a complete total. Now, yeah, I think that the weather could. I mean, some people definitely are being overly dramatic about the weather, but I mean, that's their opinion. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
but you get hurricanes down in like you get hurricanes down south. Like a little
Yeah.
wind is gonna hurt you.
The old wacky inflatable
Well,
flailing
then
arm
again,
tube man.
I'm not gonna try to stay in the areas where there's getting hurricanes, but no,
Well, obviously not.
yeah.
What?
Well, I mean,
I'm
But,
gonna stand my ground.
I mean, but the cold, yeah. I mean, that's stuff we don't experience down south. So that aspect, yeah, it sucks. Like I
But
hate
it's like-
that.
I think you have a right to complain about that, but like the rain, like you can't really control that. But I mean, with Pittsburgh, it is definitely more dreary and rainier than other cities, so I see that. But also, my biggest problem, I don't really complain about the weather. Like if it's sunny, it's rainy, it's whatever. I just accept it. You can't do anything about it. But my only issue with Pittsburgh weather is it is very bipolar. Like like some places are bipolar too. Pittsburgh is just more bipolar than any other place I've lived in because like. It's rainy, sunny. You just can't like. It's wild. Like it was 60 the other day, and now it's going to be 30 tomorrow. So it's just bipolar. It's weird.
I think it's gonna be 60 again today. I think it's 30. Maybe I'm tripping. I think it's 30 on Thursday.
Yeah, I think it's not this upcoming day. It's going to be.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, it's going down to
Thursday,
38.
Thursday. It's going down to like 38, and it was just
Thursday, like,
60 the
tomorrow.
other day.
Mhm.
and
maybe-
it's also raining.
Like yeah, it's weird. Like that is like I think you complain about that. Like that just sucks. Because it's not warm yet, but it was warm just recently, and then it's going to be cold again. Like I don't know.
I
don't
will
know.
give them cold and rainy is literally the worst weather. Like I will take freezing cold, snowing, like blizzard, I don't care. Like 36 and raining is the worst
No,
weather.
100%. Like just
That's
snow
horrible.
at that point. Just snow at that point. Please.
Exactly. If it's like sleet, like frozen rain, worst.
That's awful. No,
Awful.
I totally agree. That is the worst weather.
Because you're
100%.
cold and you're wet. That's literally the worst combo. Like it's so bad.
No, yeah, that's bad. But like, the problem is, people Pittsburgh weather has been pretty solid over the last
It has, I
month
will
or
say.
so. Like, I don't really think it's been like that crazy. Like, there was snow, but of course it's snow. It's January.
Yeah.
At that point, but like, it rained for one day, and like, the weather wasn't great today. But people be like calling out the whole city of Pittsburgh for having bad weather, and it's like,
What's
No.
Pittsburgh gonna do about it?
Yeah, like I'm sorry, like I'm like there's like 8 feet of snow up in Minneapolis. Like there's a drought in California, but like sure, go ahead and complain about the Pittsburgh weather.
California
That
is both actively on fire, flooding, and in a drought.
is like
But hey, it's like usually 65 or 70 degrees there, so it's all good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think every place has their like little quirk about the weather. Like like Seattle seems like a nice one. I like the rain and the like clouds. So
Okay, what?
Well, that's all the time
No.
though. That's always.
Okay,
That's always.
that's
That's-
different.
I don't mind. I don't
No.
mind rain here, like every now and then, but every day, no, thank you. I need sunlight. No, absolutely not.
no,
I've-
it's great. It's great when it's cloudy.
No, I've been to Seattle one time. I just didn't like it because it was so dreary. Like it just didn't seem like a fun vibe, like at all. Like it
Every
meant,
seemed
like,
like the aesthetic that you'd think that Gotham would have, just like actually kind of minus.
Wow.
Yeah, no sunlight for like weeks on end that's just depressing at that. But like you gotta have some sunlight. Like just keep it varied. You know, I don't mind rain every now and then, but
Okay,
not
can
every
we
day.
come back to Justin? Are you okay? Like,
Yeah, I'm
you
great.
That's
love
very-
the rain and like. That's what I've okay. Like that's an interesting take.
Now, the only reason I don't like the rain is because walking to college, I don't have an umbrella. And I'm too lazy to get
Same.
one. And like it just doesn't make sense like for portability. So like my backpack was like absolutely drenched today, and that
Yeah.
sucked.
Yep.
And then I was
Same
sitting in class and my shoes were wet, and then my feet got cold, and I was
here.
pissed. And we're trying to watch a
That is-
movie.
Oh
Nothing worse than wet socks.
God.
Absolutely the worst.
Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely
The
the worst.
feeling- Yeah. So
Wet
like
socks.
that's like the worst part about the rain. But like if I woke up like on a like if I was like working like as a doctor one day, like woke up in the morning, it was raining. I just had to like walk to my car, drive over to the hospital, you know, like go to work, and I'd be pumped, like cool, and it's a great running weather.
Okay.
If it's a warm rain, you can kind of like keep the doors open, and you get like a nice little like the air just like feels like
Okay,
good.
summer rain is different than this. Summer rainstorms are different than this.
I'm like-
That's a
pouring.
big
I
difference.
It was
ideal
pour-
rain's
pouring
like a
today.
degree, like a 60.
It was pouring today and it was colder.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that
it was
doesn't
not,
It
count.
wasn't.
Not great.
It
That
wasn't
doesn't count.
Yeah, it's not that.
Weather
Summer
today was not
rainstorms.
weather today was not particularly fun.
Okay.
Not at all. Because
Good.
I mean, there's definitely some positives about rain for sure. Like, for example, my number one favorite thing with rain is sleeping when it's raining outside. Like when you have
Oh
like the
my
raining
God.
and like the thunder like in the background, like there's nothing greater than that, I think. And then, like you said, for running, I enjoy running in the rain. Like 60 and raining, maybe 50 and raining is like my ideal running weather for sure. But the reason why I wouldn't want to live in like raining all the time is like I want to have some days where it's like sunny out and 60s, 70s and just walk in the park, something like that. You can't really do that with rain.
Too warm.
For
It's
walking outside.
60.
Not like 70 in the sun, like you get too hot.
With the light breeze?
Oh, different story.
Well, you didn't include the breeze.
Well,
You inserted
all
another
right,
variable
breeze-
into this equation
all right,
that I wasn't ready for.
I'm throwing 70. If we're at 70, I'm throwing in a light breeze, like a nice breeze.
Yeah, then
How
that's
much does
like
that chill at
that's
by?
nice.
68? Like 2-degree wind chill?
Yeah,
We're getting very specific with this.
Just
yeah, we totally are.
Sweatshirts and shorts. That's it.
That's the best weather.
the
Sweatshirt,
best
shorts
weather.
weather. I will
Mhm.
die
Yeah,
on that hill.
No, I
Raj.
completely agree. I totally agree. But yeah, sleeping in the rain, nothing beats that. 100% my favorite. Like that's my white noise with the rain.
Yes. Yes.
The air just smells good when it's like 60, 70 degrees and raining. Like there's a different
That's a
smell to
valid
the
take.
air.
It has that. Yeah, it has that specific rain smell. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Summer
Just bu-
thunderstorms are an absolute vibe. I love those.
Not if it's like 80 or 90 though. That's just disgusting.
Okay, different story. You know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, that's just disgusting.
That is putrid. That is, oh god. It's like you like step outside. It's like you might as well just be in a pool. It's just like it's like 110% humidity somehow. There's
Yeah.
like more. There's just more water in the air than actual air. It's just
Your
like
house,
it's a
your house is shaking from the last thunder.
your house is shaking and it's like also somehow sweating because the water is just like there's just the condensation just like dripping down the walls. It's just like ugh. God, that is no, not that, not that.
The lightning went through your body.
Shockingly, you were still grounded, so you're still alive somehow. Oh, speaking of which, someone in my hometown actually got struck by lightning. Now that I
No
think about that,
kidding. Like recently?
literally, like, I think I might have been a
It's
senior.
like Barry Allen.
Like dead ass. Like he was on one of the fields. I think he was playing soccer or something, like in a thunderstorm, like a dumbass. I don't know. It might not have even been. It might not have. The storm might have like passed, but of course, being a former Boy Scout, whatever, I do know that lightning can arc incredibly far away from the storm itself. Like it can arc, I think it's 7 to 10 miles away from where the actual storm cell is.
Jeez.
So, like, if you hear thunder, like you are already like, I think it's like you can count it out, like however many seconds equal a mile. I don't exactly remember, but it's like it can arc incredibly far. Like so you can like think you're very far away. So this guy that's probably what this guy was like thinking. It's like, oh, like the thunderstorm's like it passed, whatever. And I guess he was like really close to the soccer net that was on the field, and that got struck, and he was like also like right next to it. So he ended up being fine, but it was like absolutely insane that like he got struck by lightning because like it hit the post and then it like arced out. It's like I completely forgot about that. I don't know how I did until that very moment.
You know, now that you say that, makes sense because at the pool I worked at, the rule with when it was
Mhm.
like raining or like thundering, whatever, is if we heard thunder, that's when we clear the pool. Like you hear
Yeah.
like the smallest bit, it doesn't matter how far it is, you're clearing the pool.
Whistle's
You gotta wait
going.
like minimum 30 minutes. Yeah, whistle's
Whistle's
blowing,
going.
clear everyone out.
Dude, oh my
It's just
god.
when you hear thunder.
I was such a with my whistle whenever it was thundering. I was like,
Well, yeah, because you wanna get out.
well, because I want to get out of there. That's my whole
Exactly.
thing. Well, because
No,
then
exactly.
also it's like my management was terrible, but we'll ignore that. But like whenever like so like all like the guards were like always like younger than me. But then so like they would always like whenever like we would hear thunder, we're like, okay, like call it. They like wouldn't blow their whistles or it'd be like really quiet. So it was like me grabbing my whistle, like walking out onto the pool deck in my Crocs and shorts, just like blowing as loud as I possibly could into this whistle. Everybody in the pool looking at me and me just like trying to drop my voice like 8 octaves to actually sound like someone you should be listening to and be like, we need to clear the pool, like all that stuff.
Well, yeah, you don't want to die. Well, like,
Exactly.
well,
I don't
like,
want to die and I also don't want to work. So
there was a
Kick me
fire
in.
drill. There was a fire drill in my building. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And like people on the floor were asking if we should like leave the building, and I was like, I don't know if it's a drill or if it's real, but like I'm not gonna wait to find out. Like I'm on the 10th floor. Like if I wait and the fire comes up here, like I'm dead. Like I'll walk down the 10 flights of stairs. Like of course I'm gonna leave. Yeah, is it probably a drill? Sure. If there's any chance it's a real fire, I am not dying today.
Exactly. You're not dying because of you being stupid and saying, "No, it'll be fine. It's just a drill." Because if it's like that 1% chance that it actually is, and then you're like, "Oh, I did this to myself."
And it's like your pool situation where like, oh, we didn't see lightning for like 40 like seconds or whatever after the thunder. So that means it's like 40 miles or 400 miles away. Like we're fine. And it's like, no, because what about if it like moved really close and then you died? Like that wouldn't be fun.
That's what I'd always be telling the kids. They were like, "But I didn't hear thunder." It's like, "Well, I did, and I don't want you to
Exactly.
die." It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, because our rule was like 30 minutes after the last thunderstorm, people can
Mhm.
go in again. But if you hear another thunder, it's another 30 minutes, and then
Yep.
yeah, is that the same
that's
for you?
it's a standard rule
It's standard.
across.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I think that literally might
Is
be
that
like
literally
a
like the
national
law?
thing.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
it might not be a like it. I
That's
don't know
not
if it's
even
like
a
necessarily
pool
a
thing,
law,
really.
but like it's. I think it's just like a general like pool thing. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
well
not
we did
even
that for
football.
soccer.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
Mhm.
I think it's just like storm awareness. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
You know,
proving
but
like
We would, like-
facts, whatnot.
We would have hear like the horn go off, and we'd always like be like, "Okay, we got to go inside to the locker room for like 30 minutes." And then if it was longer than that, we would just like just do I guess the rest of the practice in the gym.
You want a
Wait, what horn?
Yeah.
There would be like some like horn that would go off like if there was like I guess like bad weather nearby.
Wait,
Like
you had like a
so-
nuke alarm or something go off?
Yeah, the
No.
air raid
Yeah.
siren just like
No,
revving
no,
up.
no.
Like,
No, it was like a DJ air horn. Brr, 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 brr.
yo, you
No.
gotta get inside.
Yo, there's thunder! Hurricane alert!
Yeah, get hype.
no, but we would have to just
This
we
place
have,
is about to blow.
any more
Oh, he's mad.
I'm trying
I'm,
to think.
I'm waiting any more.
I don't know. We got
Does
some.
anybody have a
like,
soundboard?
yeah, I do. I
I have a cell phone.
I have lots.
Oh god, I was
have
joking.
soundboards.
Please don't. I'm gonna go deaf.
I have soundboards. I mean, Jacob, when you said
Jacob,
horn,
yes.
like the gears started grinding in my head of just ideas of just
Okay.
just
Anyway,
corny-ass
before
jokes.
any of these horns start playing, we all go deaf. Jacob. So the horn goes off, and it's like, I guess you're saying it's like I've heard those before. I know exactly what you're talking about because like I've been at places that have had those where it's like it's literally just like, oh, there's like a storm within like a certain radius. Like horn goes, everybody in the area then knows like, okay, like it's time to like get inside, and then it's like when it stops, you can then figure it out.
Exactly. So we would just go to the. And it wouldn't be like that horn. We would just go to the locker room, wait it out, and then sometimes it would just like be longer than others. And I mean, at a certain point, if we were in the like the locker room for like an hour and a half, like we're just not going to be going outside. So we'll just go like take our like cleats off, go to the like to the gym, and then just like finish practice there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I never really had that happen in football. Now that I'm thinking about that, like maybe once, like over the summer, but like never really anything like in the like once like the I guess fall actually came in. I literally forgot season.
No.
It's
Well,
horrible.
we actually had to play a game, pause during like halftime because there was such bad weather, come back the following day and finish the game.
Oh,
So-
That's the most wild thing you've ever told me.
Yeah.
I remember you
Wow.
saying this.
And then
Wait,
we had
did
the
you
toughest
keep-
practice of the year on that Sunday
Oh.
because it was a festival that weekend. So Friday you would miss because of the game, which was just regular. Then because of Saturday, like because they split the game and we had to go back on Saturday, you would miss the festival. Then on Sunday, the idea was okay. We want to make you guys so tired that you don't want to go to the festival because we don't want to put you in like compromising positions. So, yeah.
Wait,
Also,
for that.
oh yeah, sorry.
I was just wondering, for that game, did you keep the same score or whatever, and then just play
Yeah.
the second half? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was actually like a tied game going into like halftime. Then we
Oh,
came
God.
back the next day and we just dominated the team.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was so cold the first day. Like my goodness, on that Friday it was so cold.
Was it
So, what
40
is your
degrees?
definition of cold?
Yeah, like 45 degrees. Oh,
No, it wasn't 45 degrees, but I mean I don't know how
It was
cold. Like I don't
50.
know the temperature. It was just cold. It
oh,
was
good
cold.
God!
It
Was it 35? Oh no.
okay. It was cold and it was raining. So,
Okay, cold and raining. I'll give you.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
not
absolutely
not
give you.
ideal.
and
That
I was
is-
standing on the sideline. This is my sophomore year, so
Oh,
I like it's not like I was getting it, to play and like running around or anything. So it was just
It's
It was
because you don't
kind
want
of-
to be hit when you're cold.
yeah,
What'd you say?
dude. It hurts when you get hit when you're cold. Oh, everything hurts when you
Oh,
like when you like jam your fingers when you're cold, and it's like just numb enough that you it's all like the pins and needles, but you can still feel it. Oh
Mhm.
God! I remember I got my finger caught in someone's face mask. I remember because I think it might have been my sophomore year. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it was like rainy, it was cold, it was like awful weather, and like I was going to do like a rip move, whatever, and I caught my middle finger like in a guy's face mask, and then it just like pulled, and I was like, oh my God, take me out of the game. I want to die. Like, I quit football. Like, I'm done. This is the worst pain I have ever felt in my life.
No, that does sound really painful.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
Yeah, I would definitely be out after that. That would be enough. If I got like scraped in soccer in the cold, I was like, yeah, this is not it. Like,
Typical soccer player.
Oh, my God, Raj.
listen, I have
Bench
battle
up.
I have battle
bench.
scars. from last game.
Anything in
I'm gonna
just the really cold is awful.
I'm holding a clean sheet tomorrow. After that
Yes.
comment,
Let's get it. Yes, I love to hear that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be doing I'm gonna be doing a Johnny Lawrence like get in shape for like one stupid fight against Daniel
Yeah,
LaRusso
yeah,
kind of like
exactly.
vibe tonight. I'm
Yes.
gonna go run out. I'm gonna go run out to the river after this recording. I'm gonna go like lift some weights. I'm not gonna sleep, and I'm just gonna get locked in for tomorrow after what you
Yes.
just said.
Love to hear that.
Wars banquets too.
Of course.
Yeah, the course bank, the
Specifically
red
like eight
painted car.
before tomorrow.
No water. No water. Only Coors banquets, apparently.
Coors,
Yeah.
please sponsor us.
I've never. Okay. I've never. So wait. So this is Cobra Kai, right? This is the
Yes.
reference. Okay. I
Yes.
just wanted to.
You're
I
learning.
I knew it. I just wanted to make sure. I also wanted to make sure the audience understood what this was.
It is a
Reference
reference
to-
to Cobra Kai.
Well,
Kai
if they
TV
didn't
show.
understand, that would be implying that they didn't watch the extra cycle on Cobra Kai, which is implying that
So,
they're fake fans
They
to watch
could
after
be
the podcast.
new. They could be new.
Peter, you do need to watch Cobra Kai. Just
You do.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to get this off my chest. I watched the first 2 episodes of Arrow. It is so much worse than you're telling me.
Did we have that extra cycle yet?
Not yet.
Nope.
Oh,
could-
okay. So
It is
keep
the
that thought.
laziest
Hold that
show
thought.
I think I've ever seen.
Hold the thought. Hold the thought. Extra cycle. You guys
I can't-
gotta hash it out.
Can I just tease one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
They reversed a shot and used it twice. They literally used one shot in the beginning of the episode, used the exact same shot later in the episode, and just reversed it, and thought that was fine to put in the show.
Wait, there's
Like
no
one
way.
would notice.
There's no way. There's no
I
way.
noticed that immediately. It's in
There's
episode
no
2
way. There's no way.
of the show, season
don't-
1.
okay, I understand like what you mean, where it would be at the show. I don't know what you're talking about though.
It's simple, but it's noticeable if you're like paying half attention to the show.
Oh,
Like
man.
it's a reversed shot.
I haven't been watching Arrow. I've been rewatching Gotham, so
Shows. Oh, Ooga Booga, it's a better show than Daredevil. Bro, don't even come at me with that.
I
Literally,
Well-
they literally reuse shots. God.
watching like going back and watching Arrow though. I do applaud you for that.
I can't wait for this fight night. I just can't wait for this fight night on the
Well,
extra
if you
cycle.
want to participate, you could go watch Arrow and Daredevil.
That's
And
not
then-
happening, and you know it. Andres
Yeah,
is not watching either.
Bro,
of them.
Daredevil goes
Well,
off
Arrow-
of Netflix in
I've
5
watched-
days.
I've watched enough of Arrow, but Daredevil I
You
didn't
have
watch.
5 days to watch Daredevil. I would say watch The Punisher too, but I know damn well it's way too much. So please at least watch Daredevil.
The pilot of The Punisher was fantastic. I watched that a few years ago. That
It's
was
a
very good,
it's a very consistent show. I'd say the highs of Daredevil reach higher, but Punisher is just a very consistent show across the
Yeah.
board. But again, you have 5 days, and I'm guessing these are all going to go on Disney Plus, but you don't know that.
Yeah, all right, that's valid. I think it will go on Disney Plus, but yeah, I will because it's canon. I kind of have to because
You
it's
won't.
canon.
No, the thing is, you won't. But you can say
You
it.
won't. You'll say
see.
you will. You won't.
At some point, I will.
Andres,
Well,
you
I-
have still yet to watch Attack on Titan, which I've been telling you to watch for over a year now.
Well,
You
I
still
have too many shows. Like, which do I watch first? Which do I watch first?
Oh.
The one I told you
Hold on.
about a year ago.
Either that or Money Heist.
Money Heist is off. It's off the books, unfortunately.
Well, you spoiled it for him, right?
Oh, because he should have seen.
Well,
He
I
was
did
go-
get it spoiled. No, I did get it spoiled.
Okay, so no more Money Heist. You
Oh.
can watch Attack on Titan at any point. Daredevil is on a time limit.
That's a good point. That's a good
We
point.
don't know. Like they're probably going to Disney Plus. Disney is not that stupid. They would not just get rid of all these good shows that are because I think Daredevil actually like broke the top 10 for Netflix's like most watched shows like after No Way Home came out, like in that
Wow.
like month
No,
span,
actually, I did
whatever.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
they're
because
not
it's
that
canon.
stupid.
I
but-
have to because it's canon. I've seen everything MCU related, but now the Daredevil's in the MCU. I have to
and
watch.
Punisher. Don't
Is
watch.
Punisher-
Don't watch Defenders. Luke Cage is like mid. Jessica Jones is mid. Iron Fist is awful.
I
So
heard
just
that.
watch.
Yeah,
just
that
watch
sucks.
Daredevil. Watch Daredevil first, then watch the Punisher. That's it. It's like
Yeah.
Andres
That's
also
what
added Andres. You also added Euphoria to your list. Like today,
top.
I literally
Really?
come back.
Wait,
He's like, you go. Maybe I should start watching Euphoria, and I go.
Don't you dare.
Oh no, because I was on my For You page, but I know the spoilers now, so it doesn't
Like
even matter.
It's a fine show. It's just
No,
What
You
is
just
this?
have too many shows on your repertoire right now to
listen,
finish.
listen. If I start watching a show and it's good, I can bang it out easily. Because like, if I like a show, I don't stop watching. There are shows that I finish in less than a week that are very long. So
Watch an episode of
So-
Daredevil.
we did,
He
we
did.
did.
we watched the pilot with him, and he
But
said he was
we-
really good.
Listen, we watched the pilot of Daredevil. The reason why I didn't stick with this because we also watched the pilot of Gotham in that same night. So I was like, which do I go with?
Okay.
It wasn't like
Okay.
There's no way you were watching Gotham and you know it.
what? No, yeah, I'm not watching. I don't know that.
Exactly.
Listen, wait, listen though.
Exactly.
Listen though. Listen though.
You
Listen
just
though.
capped on live television right now.
No, listen.
Live television.
No Gotham. Because I love like the Batman, like every Batman character. I might check it. And my brother has been telling me to watch Gotham for at least 6-7 years now. So
Oh, like
So he's never watching Daredevil. That's what I'm
6 to
getting out of
7
this.
years.
I will say this: a lot of the characters that you see in the first episode of of Gotham, that like they are the villains. They haven't become the villains yet. Cool.
well,
Something
yeah,
that I
like
love
Penguin.
about is that they show you, okay, Enigma, he's clearly the Riddler, but like at the time that you see him, he's just working in the GCPD. He's not.
POV, Jacob discovers an origin story. I'm
Well-
sorry. That was harsh. I apologize. Love you.
Well, I do think that our time on this episode has reached its close. We have talked about a lot. We have teased a lot of future Xer cycles, which may or may not happen in the future.
Never
Raj,
happening.
do you have an NFL meme?
Oh my
I
god,
we
we
need
I
it.
do. So, Jennifer Lopez has had 5 rings since 1985, and the Raiders have 0.
Andres is pissed because he sent that one
That
in a
is
group
my
chat.
meme. You gotta
Wow.
credit.
No,
Straight
Andres.
plagiarism.
No. I mentioned this meme much
Receipts.
before you did today.
Where's the
Receipts.
All only receipts I see are mine.
I'm sorry. I don't need to send stuff over social media to communicate with others.
Oh yikes.
Well, I
Shots
sent
fired.
And
it,
on that
but
note,
there's no proof that
Wow.
you said it.
Roommates
so
are gonna
that's what I'm saying.
fight now.
The only one that has receipts is me.
All right, put on the boxing
wa-
glove. Let's see it.
Okay.
the Washed Out Sleep podcast is being split up tonight. We're gonna have.
But also,
separate
I will
You know what?
say,
No,
You know
we're
what,
not getting
fine.
split up. We're live streaming a boxing event. Are you kidding me? This is gonna bring in so much money.
Daredevil's number 1 on the priority list.
Okay.
I'm gonna
It's
change
moving
it then.
to number
Patrick
Okay, so
Mahomes'
what
wife
happened-
has an RPF.
So what?
Arresting word I can't say.
Oh,
Fake.
okay. All right.
So what happens when Daredevil goes off of Netflix and it's not yet on Disney Plus? What goes to the number 1 spot on?
Well,
Here's
Here's a-
There's
this
methods.
thing called pirating.
Well, off the books. Off the books.
What
We don't pirate.
are you talking? I'm
Well,
talking about
am
the
I going
7 seasons.
Hulu? Am I going Hulu and not Disney Plus? Because
That
that's
is
where all
true.
the, some
It
of
might
the
go on Hulu,
that's where
too.
some of the other Marvel properties are, and it's like Daredevil's a little less like
Ooh.
kid friendly than some of the other projects that are on Disney Plus.
But then isn't?
But I don't really know how it's going to work with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that's coming out May 6th. So we'll see. But
I mean, shared
Yeah.
between me and Raj, we have like accounts to every platform, so I should
Yeah.
be able to still
yeah.
watch it.
Well, I think on that note, we are going to conclude the 8th episode of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed listening to a bunch of random stuff today, and I think we will see you next time.
Is
Yeah.
Bengals.
stop.
Yes, after every episode, I love
You're
this.
literally just a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Unreal.
You laugh. Everyone laughs every time he does it.